Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil lay inside your box now while the angels fly over my headstone.
Ooh, yeah, we are back with episode 13 of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Serbs. And I want to thank everybody for coming back and listening and just being a part of what I'm doing as an artist, entrepreneur, all that jazz. Today we have a very grim but blessed episode of the God's Hour because rest in peace to Virgil Abloh, designer at LVMH, formerly known as Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy. They own all the fucking high-end luxury alcohols, fashion, fucking... They own Louis Vuitton, yo, so that just... Which owns a whole bunch of other shit, including, I think, like Fendi, Fenty, and a bunch of other brands, if I'm not mistaken. It's crazy that Virgil, he's been shouted out as of recently on many Drake songs, and I mean the first time I ever heard about Virgil was through Westside Gunn, and Westside Gunn is an avid fashion, like I don't even know what to call Wes. Is he like... He's got to be like a brand ambassador or something. He's definitely making his mark as a fashion icon with a lot of the things that he's doing. So shout out to Wes. Virgil designed a lot of album covers that I didn't even know he did, like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Long Last ASAP, or is it Long Live ASAP. At Long Last ASAP was his album after that. It's crazy, yo. He was battling cancer and he never really told anybody, which is like, if you do tell people, like, what are they gonna do besides try to, I don't know, I guess, when you have something as serious as cancer, you don't really want to tell anybody for your own personal reasons. I know this for a fact because I've had family members, maybe who've not had cancer themselves, but known other people. And like, I just heard like different stories about it. So you can't really judge anybody. You can't judge anybody at all for the battles that they fight on their own. And I just want to say rest in peace, rest easy to Virgil. He's in a better place. Hopefully, he had a protege or like an apprentice or something that he was trying to kick the ropes to, try to, he's had people like Kanye and he's worked with people like Drake and shit like that. So hopefully they pick up the reins from where he left off and they carry on his legacy, his ideas, his designs, his whole brand. When people pass that have changed the world through their art, I always like to give a good piece. I like to just pay my respects to what they stood for. And Virgil, he designed the Pray for Paris cover. That personally, to me, I think that's one of the best covers of all time. It's like a Renaissance painting, or at least a Renaissance era painting with like gold chains on it. Like, I don't know if he, like, they didn't look like they were photoshopped or anything. It kind of looks like Virgil commissioned or maybe himself put, like, painted the chains on it, or I don't know how the graphic design works, because I try to do graphic design at one time, but it's not easy, guys. Like, I'd rather, because I'm such a musical person that I know what I want to work with when it comes to art, but I just don't know how to go about doing it. And Virgil, a lot of his artwork, it looks subtle, and yeah, it might just look like some Photoshop shit, but that shit is hard, bruh. So shout out to Virgil, all the things he did. You know, fighting cancer probably wasn't a fucking picnic, right? So I just want to say rest in peace, pay my respects to Virgil Abloh. God bless him and his family. Prayers out to him and his loved ones. My condolences. And if you hear any like chainsaws or anything in the background, that's because all these asshole neighbors of mine are cutting down their fucking palm trees. They don't want to maintain their palm trees, and it's whack because a lot of them are people who didn't come here originally, because on our block here in Ontario, we were like one of the first houses to be here, to be built here. There was nothing but dirt road on our block. And a lot of our original neighbors copied our stilo, our steez, our style by planting all these palm trees. And now these fucknut neighbors of mine that just moved here, they want to cut down the palm trees. And to me, it's not even like really disrespectful. Like it's not, to me, it's not no disrespect in that, you know, you're not hurting my feelings. It's just like you're cutting down the legacy. Like, these palm trees don't take 2 days to grow. They take fucking years. Like, y'all cut down trees that are 20 plus years old just because you guys want to put like some fake fucking, what like that fake lawn shit, like fake grass and fake, like, this shit looks ugly, bro. Like, just because you don't want to spend money on the water bill or on the landscaping bill, like, y'all are just cheap motherfuckers who don't know how to appreciate nature. And if you down with that, suck a dick, honestly, because that's just the way I feel. We got fucking like 9 palm trees in our crib, bruh, and I'm proud of them shits. We maintain them shits, fucking spend a lot of money on maintaining the palm trees, but at the end of the day, they're a symbol that we stand tall, we are proud, and we honor the tradition that we come from, because palm trees are special to me. They symbolize, and I didn't get this from a book, this is just my opinion, palm trees stand for wisdom, honor, and respect, tradition, all that shit. So maybe I'm just mad that everybody copied us and now people are just cutting it down, so they're not paying respects to the OGs. They're really not. So I don't know. Ari Lennox was arrested in Amsterdam, and officials say that she was like disturbing the peace and drunk in public. They had to add that. She was drunk in public. Like, you fucking Amsterdam Dutch motherfuckers ain't smoking the shit out of them trees every fucking coffee break y'all have or whatever the fuck. That shit is lame as fuck. And the Dutch are known to be some racist motherfuckers doing blackface around this time, Christmas or whatever. So I just think it's lame as fuck how as soon as a black woman stands up for herself, here we go again with the fucking white the white bullshit though. She was incapacitated. She was intoxicated. So we had to put her in the pokey. Shout out to Ari Lennox. She's beautiful. She makes awesome music. And I hope everything goes well with her. Hopefully they don't hold her for too long, right? Because that turned into some other bullshit. Speaking of some other bullshit, my car blew a hole out the bottom of the engine block, and I had a feeling that some shit like this was gonna happen. Like my car was being weird on me. And it's an old car too, but I don't really care. I don't want a payment. Like to me, unless you have like millions of dollars, there's no real reason to be driving a fucking like Maserati or a foreign or any of this shit, because at that point it's just expensive and just wasting money. You could be investing that money into so many other things than a fucking stupid car that all it does is take you from A to Z, my nigga. That's all it does. And if you're really narcissistic, yeah, I guess it gets you the chick that wants to suck your dick. And it makes your friends think you're cool and shit, which is lame as fuck. Like, if you're really buying a car to impress other people, you really need to evaluate your life, because you're fucking retarded as a bitch. And you need to get your mental health check in order, as well as your priorities. So with this whole car engine bullshit, it just made me open my eyes a little bit as to the important things in life, like maintaining my vehicle. I found a nice engine shop in Pomona, which is most likely where I'm gonna take it to get it repaired. And even getting that shit the engine rebuilt and with the services, $3,500. Like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, bruh, there's a fucking a car on Kelly Blue Book I was seeing that's like four G's and some change. Like, but who knows? Like, you never know. Like, once they give you a low ball price, like anything below 4 G's, you know something's up with that car. It's like a fucking federale bug. It's like an ex-cop car. It's like there was like 2 murders, homicides that happened. Somebody got shanked in the whip. There's crack smoke in there. Like, who knows what the fuck, right? So I just got to deal with that shit. It's no worries, you know what I mean? I'll get a new car soon, but not before I invest my money into my podcast, into my music career, and then that will get me the car. So I'm leaving it in God's hands and all my saints' hands. And that's that, man. I don't really have too much to say about that. This new COVID variant, Omicron or whatever the fuck it is, this is some bullshit, y'all. I knew another variant was gonna come out. I didn't get sick the first vid wave. I probably would have had my direct family members got sick, but my dad caught the Delta variant, and then I got it from him because I'm a fucking smart guy. I just sat with him in the same room and watched movies with him all day, which I shouldn't have been doing. But I got it, and I felt like fucking dying. It was horrible. It was not good at all. I couldn't smell shit for at least, I couldn't really smell or taste anything for at least a month and some change. Like, for real, it was bad, y'all. Like, words can't even describe. I was going in and out of high fevers, low fevers. The hospitals weren't giving a fuck about me. And it was just whack, yo. Like, it was really like, I hope I didn't get anybody sick just being at the hospital. But, you know, Biden, he's over here saying that we're not going to go through another lockdown again. And it's like, why did we go through the first lockdown? Like, that shit just doesn't make sense. Like, if we're so worried about this shit, how come we're not going through a second round of this shit, right? But it's obvious. It's all politics. If we went through another lockdown, it would fuck a whole lot of shit up, bruh. I swear. It would crush the whole economic macroeconomic world order. Like, this shit would spin a whole lot of shit out of control. So the first cases have been found in Africa at some point in November. And nobody cares about the COVID survivors like me. We are the Superman of this shit. And they want to scare people like, oh, even though you have natural antibodies, you still got to get vaccinated. Like, nigga, I got this shit already. If I get it again, guess who don't give a fuck? Your boy, Big Serbs, ding. If you guessed it right, motherfucker, I'm not gonna get that shit. The fuck? I'd rather get that shit naturally and survive it again like I beat it the first time than fucking get injected by some cock-smoking, ass-wiping, fucking nose-dripping motherfuckers that just made some shit in the lab. Like, that's all you did. You're not even sure what the fuck this finna do. When the chicken pox broke out in, like, what was it, either the Civil War or the First World War, they were literally getting knives with chicken pox on them and putting them in the wounds of soldiers or whatever the fuck, whenever it was, so people could get the chicken pox that way and build antibodies. They weren't making a cure. They weren't making vaccines back then. No, motherfuckers were straight thugging it out, picking up their rifles and getting the business. And if they died, they died. Whatever, who gives a fuck, bruh? This isn't like some new shit. Spanish flu, swine flu, Ebola, HIV, ADD, all this shit is like, I'm just kidding about the last part, but this is like the same shit that's been going on for fucking years. So, what else did I have to say about that? Because you guys know I got my little notes. You guys know I have my journal here because I'm a journalist, a novice journalist, but I'd rather be a novice than a professional cocksmoker that just, there's people who journal for like the daily news and shit, but they're not real like journalists. The people that risk their lives documenting the atrocities like sex trafficking rings, the cartel, the real shit that could get you buried, those are the freedom fighters and journalists I respect. I respect a lot of other ones too, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying that sitting on your ass and writing some 2-bit, half-ass, grammatically incorrect paper just because you want to please your boss and get a pay raise, you're not a journalist, bruh. You're just an asshole taking up space. And this COVID shit is scaring nurses away, bruh. And it's just horse shit because it's scaring nurses and they don't know how to go about it. We need the experienced nurses here to teach the younger ones. And that shit scares the fuck out of me because less nurses means less fucking people that could get assessed and rehabilitated. So that shit's scaring the fuck out of me. Not many people is talking about that. So shout out all the nurses in the hospitals right now. All the EMTs, all the people that have, even like the security, bruh, like they're taking a risk just by being around there, bruh. So shout out to them, the real soldiers of what's going on, not these fake soldiers that get deployed under Sergeant Cocksmoker who's getting his work from some asshole that wants to enslave third world countries. I'm not saying that there's fake soldiers. I'm just saying that there's soldiers that take orders that are being run down by fake people. So I just think it's lame, bro. I really think this whole COVID shit is some political bullshit run by the government to push their agendas around the world and fund shit around the world that we have no idea what's going on. We have no idea what's going on with the world at all. It's just lame. It's really just some bullshit. I'm finally here for 25 days of Christmas. Yes. 25 days of Christmas, baby. Starting tomorrow. You know, because Christmas has a lot to do with family and shit, and I don't really have like family that supports me anymore because they're all dickheads now, facilitated by lies. I actually want to see what's up with ABC. They always do 25 days of Christmas, 30 days of Halloween, or whatever they do for Halloween. And I already know that they're gonna bring back all like the Be My Christmas movies that you're like, oh, this is a Christmas movie. Now they'll have some great ones, like hopefully they'll bring The Holiday out. That was a dope movie with Queen Latifah. And there's many, many other Christmas movies I dig. The Grinch, The Abominable Snowman, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I can't really think of more shit off the top of that. Frosty the Snowman, Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer. There's so many good all the cartoon Christmas movies, the Ed, Edd and Eddy Christmas special, the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy those are the real Christmas movies that I really want to see. The old school cartoons. I remember when the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, the Christmas special was on, and then when you see the evil Santa, they go and see him in the coffin. Bro, that was such a dark ass, like that had to be one of the darkest episodes, bro. And they had a lot of dark episodes, but I remember like he pops out like it scared the shit out of me, and he's like, I'll swallow your soul. Fucking so fucking corny, but it shit scared the shit out of me when I was a kid, bro. So I honestly want to go back and watch all the Christmas movies with the Home Alone. Like the first, I think I want to say like the fourth Home Alone movie was like, okay, they got a new actor and I don't know what the fuck this shit's about. But the first three Home Alone movies were dope. The second one had Joe Pesci in it. And you know, the fucking kid, he had all them traps, all the shit set up, which like in real life would never ever work, except like if you were high on acid or something, you could get hit with all them traps that the kid brought down. But the kid was smart, you know what I mean? And I feel like before 9/11, you could get away with, you know, just living like your parents send you off to run errands and shit like that. Now it's kind of like, I guess you could still do it, but it's just weird. Like, why are you like buying fucking week's groceries without your mama? Aren't you like 9? Or wasn't he like supposed to be like not even 10 in the movie? That shit don't even make any fucking sense. So I want to see the 25 Days of Christmas. And speaking of movies, Marvel has put out that Tom Holland will remain Spider-Man for the rest of the Marvel Universe, which is trash because Marvel movies aren't good anymore. Like as soon as... Did Disney buy Marvel? I want to say Disney bought Marvel. Something like that. I think Disney acquired Marvel through one of their deals. But none of the fucking Marvel movies are good anymore. After, I want to say, the first Avengers movie, that was it. Like, they had from Iron Man, maybe actually from The Incredible Hulk, with not Dave Norton, but the other one. I forgot his name, but that was a scary ass Hulk. I think Wes Craven direct that one or something like that, but it looked like a scary movie. From that Hulk to the first Avengers, it was, it started off good with Iron Man, but then I felt like it just went downhill from there. And that's because they want to make it more family oriented, and they just kind of stray away from what the comics really are, which is like, there's good, there's evil, the bad guys win a lot of the times, not most of the times, but a lot. Like Secret Wars ended with Doctor Doom winning, like the villains won. But then in the next, that's how they get you to keep reading the comics. Back in the day, it ends with the villain winning, and then boom, the next set of comics comes out, and then the hero wins, and then the next time the comics, the villain wins, and then it just goes in cycles like that, which they're not doing. It's always like this fucking A plus B equals C formula. They have a problem, they either get it done and then they win at the end, or they don't get it done, they need to get some other motherfucker's help, and then they win at the end. Like, it's lame. There hasn't really been any Marvel movies where the villain wins. What fucking villain won? And then they don't even have Doctor Doom up in the building. What the fuck is up with that, bruh? Come on now. How you gonna have all this Marvel shit and you don't got Doctor Doom? Are you shitting me? Are you fucking for real? That's one of my favorite comic book villains, bruh. Shout out to MF Doom, rest in peace too, man. It's just fucking Tom Holland, get that money, bruh. You chuck Zendaya, the chocolate queen, away from me. That's all good, bruh. I don't give a fuck. But I don't know. Fuck Marvel. Marvel movies are trash. They should just stop and continue with The Mandalorian or whatever else they want to do, because this shit is not eating, cuz. Japan is banning international flights because of this COVID shit, bruh. That's something that I fucking missed. I'm super professional, so I gotta go back to topics I already spoke about. But I think it's funny because Japan is really like a really self-reliant, self-efficient country. So them banning international flights first on the news isn't surprising to me. Let's get, I already know I like, you guys know we get the controversial, the most heavier subjects off first. So with that, Matthew McConaughey is no longer running for Texas governor, bruh. What? That shit, is that like some politics, or is that from his own decision? Because I read somewhere that he said he thought his energy, or like, I'm paraphrasing, but like his endeavors would be better suited like doing other things, right? And I've always been an advocate for doing philanthropy and works of your own rather than being in the political system. And if that's what it is, if Matthew McConaughey is not pursuing Texas governor just because he's seen like what it is, and it's just like, nah, fuck that, I don't need politics. Good on you, Matthew McConaughey. But if this is some, you could have won, and they're just like either strong-arming you or doing the political game to get you out of the way, I don't know, bro. That's just some scurry shit, some scurry shit, bro. But fuck fame. Honestly, like all these political figures that just got the seat just for being popular, Ronald Reagan, Arnold Schwarzenegger, a couple other people of that stature, it's lame, bruh. I just think that when it comes to politics, people should actually vote for who they think would change the world, not who they saw on fucking TV or a movie And now they have these bankers or these elite motherfucking reptiles that are just gonna put their hands in their pockets and control them like a puppet on the string, because that's all it is. Even if these politicians don't know that they're a puppet in the game, they have to know that they're a puppet in the game somewhere down the line. Like, this isn't like fucking Candyland where everything is free, everything is based on righteousness. No, politics is a dirty game. They blackmail each other, backstab each other, and are just the greediest scum of the earth who do nothing but promise, promise, promise. And then when they get the seat, they take away. Case in point, I heard this story about how this union was voting for Obama, and I don't know what they were promised, but they were promised some shit if the whole union were put the vote in for Obama. And then when Obama was elected, Obama completely fucked that whole union, like disbanded the union. And that's just the dirty game they play, guys. They just do nothing but broken promises and backstab and blackmail people. That's what they do for a living. Or if they are being genuine, they do get contaminated over time. They get grease pockets and the hill goes down from there. Black Friday versus Cyber Monday. Fuck both of them. How about you guys just cut us a deal from the door and you'll see a lot of increase in prices? But no, you want to choose once a year, 2 times a year within the same time span and get all these deals off. Why? Because that's the way you balance the budget. You take all the tax money that you get from this one concentrated area so you could spend it funding more cycles in the year for your bullshit. Because California has the second highest it's probably both sales tax and state tax. And what the fuck are we getting? Lockdowns, we're getting mask mandates, but they don't tell you to take care of yourself. They don't promote none of this good shit. And like Joe Rogan said, fuck LA, bro. Fuck California. He went to Texas. I might go to Colorado or something at some point. I'll always forever love California for my roots, for my people, my culture, and where I come from. But this shit is just whack, bro. We pay the highest amounts of fees for the shit, for the homeless people to just be fucking getting larger and larger as a group, for poverty to still be fucking in the same area, for crime to be like in the same general shit. And speaking of crime, the LAPD is as crooked as Nixon. I was reading this article on this man. His name is Archie Duena, or Archie Duena. He was working with the LAPD, stealing guns, because he was a manager at this gun shop. And he was stealing guns from his own shop and selling them at a marginalized price to LAPD officers. Some captains knew, but I would imagine the whole LAPD had to know this. Like, everyone had to know at some point, because they're trying to do their best to keep people quiet. And the Blue Wall always does its job at keeping its officers and all that quiet. But the media always throws a monkey wrench in that shit, because the media is they're always gonna have reporters exposing shit. So basically, hundreds and hundreds of guns are being confiscated from police officers. These police officers were taking these stolen guns and selling them at fractionalized prices to other people, which is lame, bro. Which is, it's just like, if that's what you do with the guns, who knows what they do with the budget, the fucking all the other shit that we think they're supposed to be protecting. I mean, fucking Rampart, they were just beating kids up and shooting motherfuckers and killing and just straight infecting the barrio with their bullshit. So the LAPD is as crooked as Nixon. They know it. I'm pretty sure they're not the only precinct of officers that do shit like this. But this is the first time it's getting exposed. And in the article, I was reading that they had loaded firearms in their closets in the presence of children. Like, do you dumb fucks just want to go to jail for a murder and things of that nature by your own hand? Because when you take the firearms safety course, when you want to be a gun owner, these are things that you learn. You're never supposed to keep a loaded weapon ever in the presence of children. You can have a loaded weapon in your own house as long as you don't have any kids. Or I think even just anybody else, as a matter of fact. Like, if you have obviously, if you have a loaded gun and someone takes it and shoots a motherfucker and they find it's yours, you're held responsible, bro. Like, that's all on you. But these LAPD motherfuckers, they fully know the consequences. They carry out their jobs, and yet they have loaded firearms stashed around their houses, and they're selling guns at a fraction of prices to people who are probably going to do the same thing. Like, it's a never-ending spiral. So literally, the LAPD is pretty much allowing a lot of crimes that can be going on right now. And I'm pretty sure a lot of crimes were going on, bruh. Because how does something like this... I think somebody like an inspector or something like that, they opened a box of guns that... Like, guns were supposed to be in a box and they weren't. They were finding it was missing. So I guess they had to audit this shit and just check the inventory. And they found them. And then they were going to give him, like, he had multiple. This dude, Archie Duena, was going to get multiple counts of felonies and stuff. But I think he's only going to be on probation, which is like, wow, is that a surprise? Is that really a fucking surprise? The cops are protecting this motherfucker. They're protecting their interests, and that's all the police are gonna do. When they shot and killed my homie, Raul Herrera, rest in peace, it was only covered by one news, I think it was only covered by NBC or whatever the fuck 3 letters are from the first 4 channels or whatever. And that's all it was. And then people were talking about, oh, the police officers. Fuck the police officers, bruh. Like, they know what they're doing, bruh. It don't take 3 officers to reprehend one individual. It really don't. So that's just how I feel about politics and the police department and all these fucking assholes that they don't do nothing for our community but hurt us in not so many ways. And we're like, the police, they keep us safe. And yeah, like they do for the most part, but it's a lot of bad eggs. And we need to get them eggs the fuck out of here. We need to have better psychiatric evaluations and training for our police officers who serve in our community. It's just bullshit, man. Just bullshit across the board. Ozark is a great show. I know I'm late to the party, but I don't know. When it came out, I was like, I was a little bit younger, a little more naive, a little more ignorant to what the show was really about. I wasn't really like that all interested in it. I thought it was just like a weird drama series. I didn't really see what the jazz was. But now, me and my pop seen like the whole second season, like the whole first half of the second season, like in one sitting, bro. Like, the second season is heating up, bro, and I really want to see where it's gonna go, because I just see this shit, where, the gay FBI detective, he pointed his gun at Rachel because she blew his cover, and now she's gonna be the ultimate snitch, so she's probably gonna end up getting killed. And so is the detective, probably, because he's like on some rogue shit. He's not like, he's on the wire shit where he's doing illegal and like he's not following his protocol. So I feel like he's gonna get murked at some point. But Ozark is a fucking good show, man. I really enjoy the several themes and problems that the Bird family goes through. And in reality, if they were working with the cartel like that, they would have been dead. They all would have been dead by the first episode. But, white people, they love writing fantasy stories and shit that they wish they could live or whatever. So shout out to white people. They're awesome. You can never do nothing but admire their fantasies and fictional stories that they make up for other people to watch, like me, and just say like that shit'll never happen. The scene where Ruth, her dad comes back from prison, and then he reminds her of where she comes from by robbing the place with a gun, like, even though he's like a convicted felon. Like, it's like, bro, that shit, bro, the cops would have been on your, they would have been, like, just this whole shit is just like, it's fucking hilarious, bro. Like, this shit would never happen, for real. But it's a great show. I just like it for the entertainment. I haven't seen a show as good as this since like The Sopranos or The Wire. So I just appreciate that. I've been watching Pokemon Sun and Moon as well. That's an awesome show. Rockruff evolved in a Lycanroc Dusk form. I thought he was gonna evolve into the Night form, but I forgot that there's 3 forms. So that's a great show as well. I got that Pluto TV so I could see all the Yu-Gi-Oh episodes. Pokemon TV, I could watch all the Pokemon episodes. And Christmas is early this year for me, at least. I'm just reliving my childhood. And nothing is better than reliving your child, getting connected with your inner child. I want to say shout out to Sweetwater. I got a new microphone, so next episode you'll hear me with the new setup, and it'll definitely be a lot better quality than what we got now. We got great quality now, don't get me wrong, but superior quality. La MERCA SUPERIOR quality. You feel me? And shout out to the homies at Waste Boys Graphics. Shout out to y'all. They hooked me up with a dope, awesome fucking logo. And actually, I might put it at the end of this episode just so y'all could see. So actually right now, boom, I'll put it up, bam, and you can see it right here. Look at that awesome logo, bruh. The fucking snakes around with the AKs. It just brings you back to like real fucking it just, to me, this logo represents everything that I love. The snake represents knowledge, enlightenment. health. And then the rifles, obviously, they represent protection, freedom. The AK specifically, the camouflage snakes, bro. This shit is just awesome. Shout out to the homies at Waste Boys. They really did an awesome job. And they added like little bubbles and shit. Like that stilo, you know, it's around in the graffiti world, but I actually got that. I actually put a lot of those bubbles in, I put a lot of those bubbles in my own artwork, in my graffiti as well. So this is just a dope design. I fuck with them. They're awesome people to work with. Very professional. I think they're based in Germany. So shout out to y'all. Once again, Waste Boys Graphics. I think it's 2 people, but it might be more. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but very professional. I'm definitely going to be reaching out to do future business because I appreciate the services that I was granted. La MERCA SUPERIOR forever and ever and ever. The Go Battle League Season 9 ends. Bro, I had a 9 match winning streak. 9 battles in a row I won. Whoo! You don't even know how hard that shit it is to do, bro. Especially now. Especially now that they're just more Pokemon and more strategies and people are just getting better and better at this shit. And the new season is gonna kick off. The season of, is it Heritage? Season of something. That shit is gonna pop off. So I'm totally ready. I smoke everything in the Battle League. Oh, and Dino is gonna be in this December research breakthrough. Damn. Wow. That's awesome, bro. Dino is a really rare Pokemon. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hell yeah, bro. Dino's, yeah, season of Heritage. We will look to the past for answers that will help guide us into the future of Pokemon Go. That's really interesting. It kind of looks like the Legends or the Arceus artwork kind of. So I wonder what this is. It's gonna start tomorrow. So by the next podcast episode, I'll let you guys know what's up with that. But my favorite Pokemon to use for the Great League are Skarmory, Charmeleon, and Dragonair or Rhyhorn. And then in the Master League, I like using Blaziken, Venusaur, and Landorus. And then I don't really do Ultra League because Ultra League is just fucking. There's a lot of players in the Ultra League that they're really high level Pokemon players. Like they have just all like Shadow Mewtwo, Shadow Swampert, Shadow Lucario, like a bunch of Pokemon that I can't even get. Like you can't even get them anymore. Like if you miss that time, which I've only been playing Pokemon for over like a year and a half, I don't have none of those Pokemon, man. I missed a bunch of the dope shit that they came out with, bruh. And the strongest Pokemon, they've already, you know, released them. And if you missed it, you missed it. So like me, I'm assed out. I gotta make do with what I have, but I'm always proud to use what I got and make the most of it, bro. It's not a thing like bada bing, right? So Quavo's ex, Sweetie, is allegedly talking to Lil Baby or something like that. But I feel like who cares, bruh? I mean, the fact that we really give a fuck about celebrities, who they're fucking other celebrities, this shit is just like, it's lame, bro. Like, why do we even give a fuck? Why am I even seeing it on the timeline? The fact that I gotta address this on my podcast is just lame to me, bro, because there's really no use for it to be in, like, who cares? Like, this is just all distractions from you seeing the real shit, like the LAPD gun theft ring that was exposed. And who cares, really, bruh? Nobody should give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You shouldn't give a fuck. These mac and Cheetos, bruh, are overrated. I've been eating these mac and cheese Cheeto flavored things for a while, for a little bit, a few of them. They're all right once in a while, but I feel like they're just trying to gentrify hood foods. You know, like with the nacho, like if you go to Pomona or if you go to any hood, you could get Takis with nacho cheese on them, with Cheeto puffs on them, you know, with crushed Cheeto, lemon, lemon hot Cheetos crushed on top of that. Elotes with Cheetos on them now. And I feel like Cheetos is just trying to fucking find a way to cut in on the action, but they won't, because the raza is always going to find a way to be innovative and make hood foods. Bro, I've seen them get a bag of hot Cheetos, put nacho cheese sauce all over that, and then put carne asada on top of that and put it in a fork, and boom, there you go. Fire. I mean, that shit is just some fat shit. That shit is just some lard ass shit to do, but that shit is innovative, bruh. And if I was an ice cream truck man or an elote man or something like that, I'd be getting my money off doing that shit too, bruh. You can't knock nobody hustle. The days we're pushing an ice cream truck cart are over, bruh. Like, we got an ice cream truck man or a cart man that goes around the park, but you know, it's only like one dude or something like that. So I just feel like you know, Mac and Cheetos is trying to take over the hood foods, and they'll never be able to do it because they're not innovative and they don't got the raza right there in the marketing programs like they should, like with me, because I could give y'all some dope shit if y'all wanted, but y'all don't. Y'all fucking have these suits that don't give a fuck about shit but marketing, and you'll never beat the barrio. The barrio, eh? Da-da-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da, my little music to go on to the next segment. The next segment, which is Mortal Kombat 11 is better than 10. I beat the whole Mortal Kombat 10 because I just bought those games for my early Christmas gift. 10 was hard, bro. It was a hard story. I like that it was challenging, and I really dig it, but the graphics were a little nyeh, and the story was kind of nyeh as well. Mortal Kombat 11 has way better graphics, a way better story. Not even really like a better story, but just like, I don't know. Something about 11 is just a lot better overall than 10. Just the graphics, even the story too. But I feel like the new characters that they made weren't necessary. Like, they made Cassie Cage, Jackie Briggs, Aaron Black, Devora, Chronica. Like, as it was, Mortal Kombat, if you played Armageddon, there's so many fucking characters. There has to be like almost 60 characters in that game alone. From Stryker, he's one of my favorite characters, to Fujin. You know, I don't even think you could play Fujin in most of the games. I don't know a lot of them off the top. What's her name? Yeah, Tanya? Like, Tanya wasn't a big, like, she wasn't in all, like, she was in barely a few of them. So, I don't know. I just feel like they kind of overdid it by adding characters and adding Chronica and this whole thing, but I get that they're trying to add some new flavor instead of it being all about the Mortal Kombat tournament with Shao Kahn and Shang Tsung. But to be honest, they were just on a roll with like dope games, from Deception to Unchained to Deadly Alliance was one of my favorite ones. Mortal Kombat versus DC was a great fucking awesome. I love that game. I'll probably get it for the GameCube as well. And now it's just something else, bro. I don't know what to call it. It's just Mortal Kombat expanded universes now or something like that. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate it. I appreciate the innovation and foresight and the vision. I just think that they could have just did it with the older characters, because now you're just adding new characters and now people are just going to forget characters that, you know, they could have just did differently, like that big ass dragon, Goro, Blaze. You know, they're not in the games, and like I don't know why. They're great characters, and they should have just did something with them instead of not including them and going somewhere else. I love Mortal Kombat though. I'm a real big Mortal Kombat fan. Mortal Kombat 9 is my favorite. It's still my favorite game of all time. Mortal Kombat 9 is better than 11 and 10 and all the rest of them, because it's just a revamped version of the first Mortal Kombat, except that, you know, Kung Lao, he wins and he gets his neck snapped, and then it goes downhill from there. But it's kind of like Armageddon leaving. Obviously, it's Armageddon, the end of Armageddon going into 9, which is how 9 starts. But I don't know. 9 is just the best one. It has the best fatalities. It has the best characters. Sonya Blade got them big old titties swinging around, getting her face kicked in. So that's all what I'm about. Some big old chiggo biddies and fatalities, bruh. And with that, we end the podcast right here. This is episode 13 of the God's Hour podcast, Palm Trees. This is the God's Hour.
Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now, while the angels fly over my headstone.